And what's up, everyone? Back for another vid. This is going to be my preview for tonight's Monday Night Raw, March 21st, 2011. I just want to say thanks again to everyone who sent me their questions for my Q&A video. So you guys can check that out. I just uploaded them. So yeah. Um, anyway, tonight's Raw. I'm not sure where it's from. One thing about Raw, I that I take into account, and I don't know if I'm one of the only people who does this, but I always look at see the crowd, check out the crowd, like their reaction, just see how how good the crowd is. Like I think I enjoy Raw a lot more when the crowd is actually really into it, not like because we've had some pretty shitty crowds recently at Raw. SmackDown Friday, the crowd this past Friday, the crowd was pretty good. But some of the recent Raws, the crowd just been dead and just not into it at all. It's really pathetic. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping wherever it is tonight, the crowd is. Sorry, my leg's itching. Got a big crowd. Hyped up crowd tonight. But the only match I've seen scheduled, so I just went on WWE.com and they have the only match I advertised for tonight: Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio, and kind of like sort of a rematch from WrestleMania 22. You know, their match at WrestleMania 22 was a triple threat match with them and Kurt Angle, so I guess you could kind of say it was kind of a rematch, but that should be good, I guess. This around WrestleMania now, time they always have stars, on both. It doesn't matter what show they're on, they try and get them on the every brand, both brands, get them as much exposure as possible for WrestleMania. So, should be a good match, I guess. Let's see. I'm anxious to see, the Miz. I don't think there'll be anything from The Rock tonight because it's confirmed that he will be at the Go Home Raw March 28th in Chicago. That should be a really great crowd. They always in the Allstate Arena. That's where WrestleMania 22 was, by the way, and that crowd was hot all night. That should be really good Raw. So he'll be on Raw. That Raw, and he's also scheduled for the one after WrestleMania. So I have a feeling Rock's going to be around for a while this year. So that's just me. And if you read an article recently, he said he's thinking again. Maybe I can. He's like, I still have some matches left in me. Basically, is what he said. So I'm hoping that leads to something this year. But yeah, Raw should be good tonight. I'm looking forward to Cena and Miz. Miz looked awesome at the end of Raw last week. Hopefully, he can continue that tonight. So there's 3 weeks left until WrestleMania. I feel like Miz has owned Cena like the last 3 or 4 weeks. I feel like they're only gonna have Cena, cap Cena and him the next three, which is fine. I mean, can't just have a whole one-sided, build up heading into the big show. But um, so almost positive look for Cena to get his revenge tonight. Um, so it should be. I'm interested to see that, and uh, I'm sure CM Punk will interfere in that Orton match one way or another. And and I'm also, when the hell is Awesome Kong gonna debut? Like I heard she was ready to debut anytime around the Royal Rumble, and now it's been a couple months since they signed her. Maybe they're just waiting till right after WrestleMania. Who knows? Um, So yeah, who knows with that? Maybe you'll actually see Triple H on Raw tonight or Undertaker. I'd like to see Triple H in a match. I haven't seen him wrestle on Raw since last April. Um, you know, It'd be nice to see him be this match definitely needs more build up. They need to get as much build up as they can within the next 3 weeks because quite frankly there hasn't been much build up at all so far. Because Triple H wasn't even on Raw last week. But one of the main things I'm looking forward to tonight is I'm hoping Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, that match gets made official for WrestleMania. Hopefully Daniel Bryan, that's when he uses his rematch clause for the U.S. title against Sheamus at WrestleMania. I'm really happy Sheamus is U.S. champion. It gives that belt some credibility now, that title. And I think these two can put on a good match at WrestleMania if given the time. Um, so I mean, that'd be retarded if they just didn't, if that all of a sudden just didn't, that stopped, like Daniel Bryan stopped, and the Sheamus thing stopped. If basically if they just ignored the fact that he had a rematch clause and they moved on, Daniel Bryan moved on to something else. You know what I mean? That would be so stupid. So hopefully they actually acknowledge that he has a rematch clause tonight and they'll do something about it. Um, let's see what else. I don't know what they're doing. That John Morrison, that whole match at Morrison, Trish, and Snooki versus Cool and Dolph at WrestleMania. I mean, I really thought it was supposed to be Kelly in Snooki's place, which I think at least would make it better. Not this celebrity bullshit. I know Vince is all about the money and loves this, obviously loves this exposure he's getting right now, the media coverage. But, I mean, come on, man. We want to see wrestling. Hence, the title of the pay-per-view, Wrestlemania. So we'll see what happens with that. See what else happened. What else should be on Raw tonight? And obviously Cole and King storyline will progress. Man, Michael Cole he's in. I hope King kicks the absolute shit out of him in WrestleMania. And wow. Cole he's doing his job well, though, I admit, because I hate his guts right now. I hate the man. I despise him. That's what heels do. They're supposed to make you hate him. So I give props to Cole, but I do think he goes a little over the edge sometimes with it. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much my expectations for Raw tonight. Um, and also I've heard a couple things that JR is scheduled to call 2 matches at WrestleMania, and obviously he's denied this on like his Twitter or whatnot. But I mean, I think if he should call Triple H, and apparently a lot of the talents want him to call WrestleMania this year, because pretty much all the talents last year wanted him to call WrestleMania. The Shawn Michaels Undertaker match, but that's not what Vince wanted. I don't know why. I mean, I think Josh Matthews is actually doing a pretty good job. I think he's not a bad announcer at all. I give him credit. Apparently, JR has been like working with him and giving him tips and how to make it his announcing better. I think he's doing a good job. Because apparently WrestleMania it's gonna be like Josh Matthews and Booker T calling the match, maybe with JR. Get a Cole Lawler match at WrestleMania, and Booker T I find it's just hilarious. Someone need to call the police. This is ridiculous. If you saw SmackDown, I get a kick out of Booker T. So yeah, but I mean I would love to see JR call that. In the Triple H Undertaker match. I want to see him call at least 2 matches at WrestleMania, and hopefully after Mania he comes back full time. And another thing, I read last night. I know some people have already posted it. Or made a video about it. But yeah, apparently, a change is expected to be made within the next couple of days to one of the top matches at WrestleMania, and it's apparently, it said many years people are speculating within the company that Christian is going to be added to the World Heavyweight Championship match between Alberto Del Rio and Edge at WrestleMania. And if that happened, I think that's a great idea. Because then it gives some doubt, and it would put some doubt. It would just it would change things up. It would be like, oh, maybe Del Rio won't win now. Maybe Christian has a chance. But I'm just happy that Christian is finally being recognized as a top caliber superstar, like in the main event picture. I think it's well overdue. I mean, the man has paid his dues. He's won every title there is in the company except a world title or WWE title. And he's more than deserving of either one. So, and regardless, even if Christian loses, I'm almost 100% sure Del Rio is going to win the title, which I have no problem with. I mean, I think their feud's been built up nicely, and I think he definitely deserves the title. Granted, he didn't go have the Intercontinental title or a mid card belt before, but I mean they built him up nice. And I think he deserves the title. But hopefully after that, we get like a Del Rio Christian feud for the title going for maybe like all summer or something, or for a few months. It'd be awesome with Christian winning the title at one point, hopefully. So, but again, just the fact that Christian, this is the change that might that's expected to happen. Christian being added to that title match at WrestleMania, I think that's a great idea. Um, and I just think it's awesome. I like triple threat matches, especially three good workers like that. They could make a really special match. So, and I'll be rooting for Christian all the way. I mean, I like Del Rio, I like Edge too, but I'm gonna be pulling for Christian most because he definitely deserves a world title more than Del Rio. Edge is obviously 11-time champion, so yeah, I just thought I'd share that bit of fact, that bit of news. But again, I'm looking forward to Raw tonight, and it should be pretty good stuff. And yeah, and I heard also they're trying to make some sort of gimmick match with the Divas, like for one more match at Mania. Like, I mean, why not just have a Divas title match or something? Like, why not that? Since there's no more women's championship, why not just a Divas title match with Eve and just, I don't know, someone to just, I don't know. When was the last time the women's championship was defended at WrestleMania? WrestleMania 22 actually. Yeah, it was WrestleMania 22 between Trish and Mickey, and Mickey won it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do, but guys, Raw should be good tonight. Subscribe, comment on this, and yeah, again, thanks everyone who sent me their questions for my Q&A video. Check those out. So, all right, guys, I'll be back later for my Raw review. Hope you enjoyed the show, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.